to the Illuminerdi watch along party. We're here for the first episode of Loki. I'm Braxter Timberlake. With me, I got Caitlin.
Hey, everybody.
Joining us on the side is Richard.
What's up?
And then rounding out the quartet. Say what's up, TC.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hype for Loki, hype for the show. Hype to finally be getting some Disney Plus content again.
Finally.
Right,
well,
there you go.
I say Disney Plus content, but we had Bad Batch. Oh, you know what I mean? Some Marvel Disney.
Marvel Disney Plus content.
So Marvel superhero action.
Oh yeah.
There we go. So we're here for Loki. We're gonna see a whole new experience on Disney Plus. We went through WandaVision, we went through the Falcon and Winter Soldier, and now we're going back in time and forward in time and maybe even parallel time. We'll see what happens this episode. So look, Caitlin, what are your expectations for Loki?
I think what I'm most excited about is to see a different kind of Loki. Loki has really been kind of a supporting anchor for Thor. He's been a catalyst for his hero's journey, and he's been kind of in this loop of betrayal, trust, betrayal, trust. So I'm really excited that it seems like we're going to get a Loki that is kind of breaking that cycle and isn't as attached to Thor's story. It's more of his story this time.
Yeah. TC, what are your thoughts, early thoughts before we get into it?
I'm just excited to see also, similar to what Caitlin said, more of Loki to where it's not only a flash in the pan in like an Avenger movie. I know he's had a prominent role in like Thor films and everything, but I mean he's a scene stealer. I want to see if that charisma can carry along in like these long episodes. I'm pretty sure it can. Tom Hiddleston is just a charismatic guy in general, but I want to see, give me 50 minutes of Loki, and I want to see, just how cool it is. So I'm hyped for it.
There we go. And Richard, what are your early thoughts?
I mean, like David and TC said, I'm excited to see, the charisma behind Loki and like you said, more of a leading role Loki instead of kind of a supporting character, even though he's stolen the show as a supporting character so far. And what I'm really curious to see is like how they tackle the character development for him in this show, considering this is a Loki that's only been through technically 2 of his MCU movies, his first 2 MCU movies through now, to this point in the 2012 variant. So that's what I'm really most looking forward to for this show.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually...
I was just going to say, like, this is Loki at his evilest, right?
His darkest, exactly.
This is him right after he gets captured by the Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see the characterization. It'll be interesting to see how much they play with that. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, even like you brought up a good point, Richard. How it'll be interesting to see the supporting character come to the forefront, and that's what they've been doing with all these Disney Plus shows. They've been really taking these side characters that haven't had much backstories and that have kind of just been props in a lot of different ways, and really expanding on them and making them the stars of the next phase of the Marvel universe. So like, this can go a lot of different directions. So it should be exciting to find out.
But see, the main difference here is that Loki is quote unquote dead in the main universe now.
Timeline. Yeah.
The other people that we've got to see more of their development, like Wanda, Vision, Falcon, and Bucky, they're all still alive. So I'm curious how they're going to play.
Wasn't.
Well, you're right.
Good point.
So I'm just super curious.
Was he ever fully alive, though?
Now you're getting all philosophical on us, man.
That is
It's
way.
Vision. That's expected.
I mean, that is way too deep for 11:50 at night.
Right. And I'm just curious, like, this is not really a prequel, but it kind of is prequel-ish because we're seeing past Loki. I'm just curious how they're going to play that out. Are they going to transition this Loki in a way in which he's going to be like in the main continuity moving forward?
Right.
I mean, who knows?
That's an interesting notion. I mean, Avengers Endgame really set up this whole kind of different dynamic and like understanding of what time travel is in the Marvel universe. They made it sure to say it's not Back to the Future logic. It's not hot tub time machine logic. It's their own kind of time, travel logic. So it should be interesting to see like how they play with those rules, or how they bend the rules, or how they redefine the time travel rules, because really there's a lot of things they can do. And we know there's going to be a lot more time travel shenanigans just in the future of the MCU, whether it's, Ant-Man 3 or wherever else it might show up. So this is a good opportunity to really like set those boundaries. And I mean, for me, if you set with science fiction, if you set like really strict rules, I think it always makes things more enjoyable. So I really hope that they really kind of dig into that more, into the crazy notions, because after Endgame, it was kind of interesting how the directors had one idea of what time travel meant for Captain America, and the writers had a different idea of what time travel meant for him. So maybe they've taken this series and are able to kind of clean that up a little bit.
I think TC and I just both rolled our eyes like into the back of our head with that.
Or anti-old Cap. Anti-old Cap.
Wait,
At the very least, anti the reasoning.
Oh man.
I hate their logic behind it.
So explain.
There's like kind of two options with it. Either he went and created a branch that he wasn't supposed to, and like lived out a life with Peggy, and then somehow came back but wasn't on the platform, which doesn't really track. Or he went back in time into our time stream and lived his life with Peggy, which means he just let all the bad stuff happen. And I don't really think there's a Steve Rogers that lets Hydra take over like SHIELD. Or, you know, I feel like if Steve Rogers is actually in the MCU mainstream timeline, like living the entire time, he would have like stepped in at a lot of different points throughout history.
But I mean, one thing that he did learn was that when you mess with time, it affects a lot of different other things. So maybe he thought that was a natural occurrence of things, and maybe someone like Loki, who's more chaotic in nature, won't take those same precautions.
Aside from what Caitlin said, you know, aside from the logic of just not making a lot of sense, he said, "Deuce out." He said, "Peace out, deuces, guys. I'm out of here." Ditches the Avengers, ditches all the relationships that he's made along the way to go hang out with Peggy, who, I mean, he did spend
had a life.
Yeah. She had a life with somebody else, and he's just gonna disrupt that, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel that. But did you see Peggy?
That's.
I mean, I might jump at the sky too.
You ain't wrong.
Like, there's a reason Steve was stuck on her for over 100 years.
Right.
I hate that argument because I agree. That's the only argument.
You can't argue that one.
Have you seen Peggy Carter?
But what I was going to say is it's going to be interesting to see why Loki got grabbed, because there was a lot of timeline shenanigans that happened in Endgame. Yeah. Like, did Gamora get grabbed? Because she just, like, is from 2014 living in the future now.
Oh, right.
Well, like, it begs the question, like, with the whole time variance authority thing, what they deem as, like, okay in the time travel, you know, shenanigans. Because, I mean, the Avengers went on their whole time heist, and that should have raised some red flags for them. But, no, we'll have to see what they deem acceptable time travel in this scenario.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. I mean, there's so many loose ends for them to really, I mean, it's really an opportunity to clean up a lot of these loose ends and make things a lot more clear. But the other side, you know, maybe they'll ask more questions and answer them down the road. Who knows?
Yeah, and then I want to thank everybody that's here in the chat with us. We got you know, some of our regulars, you know, Toku Kid and Donnie Pearson. Toku Kid's last best says, "I'm curious about where the Loki DB Cooper thing is for, and will we see Thor or Heimdall or alternate universe or anything with them?" I mean, it's a really good question. Like Caitlin said, it's the first time we've seen Loki away from Thor, away from all the Asgard stuff. So, I mean, I think we learned maybe to temper our expectations on giant MCU stars appearing in these Disney Plus shows. Thanks, Paul Bettany. But
he has spoiled that for everything.
Oh, he ruined that.
I can't believe that it ended up being himself. I cannot.
I was ready to kill him. Oh my god.
I will say I'm really excited for Loki DB Cooper, because DB Cooper itself is a like crazy story in actual history. So to throw Loki into that is just gonna make it complete mayhem.
Like how they're gonna tackle that is gonna be crazy.
It's interesting. Like going into this, I was curious how they're gonna be handling like each episode. And I don't know if you guys remember this old show called Quantum Leap, where he would every episode they jump into another time period in another body and kind of like correct time or correct something in time. I was hoping that Yeah, I was hoping that something like that would be the explanation for DB Cooper and hopefully other crazy things throughout time, because using Loki to go throughout time to explain weird occurrences and all kinds of stuff is really genius if you use it creatively enough. So it'd be interesting to see how they format that.
Okay.
It seems very Doctor Who.
It does have
Toku.
that vibe, yeah.
Toku said the only big MCU cameo I want to see is if Thor will do the mighty frog of thunder, Throg.
You know, they have to bring that in somehow, some way, eventually. Frog
Sorry about the time I turned you into a frog. No,
I also think that they might be going through like a lot of. They might do something where they have him go through a lot of the MCU movies at times and just appear somewhere and might do like a small little cameo in certain moments. I don't know. That could easily be done here.
That would be fun, like Back to the Future 2 style.
That would be cool.
I was gonna say one of my favorite fan theories is those Captain America videos that was shown in like the first Spider-Man of like the fitness, and all that. Is it's actually Loki.
Okay, that would actually be great. I never thought about
Captain
that.
America, because it's so over the top. I would die if they included that in here. That'd be amazing.
It could be exactly what he did in Avengers Tower and Endgame. On my way down as a coordinate search and rescue. I mean, honestly,
yeah, he does it in like I think the second Thor movie too. And
yeah, totally.
He's so hilarious with it because he's purposely being over the top, and you kind of have to have that moment of like, would Captain America actually be making these videos? They're ridiculous. Right. So I hope that they are able to bring it in some way with that, like that kind of thing, or sneaking him into something where there's like the actual movie going on kind of in the periphery and he's just messing around doing whatever he wants, would just be, I think, a hilarious way to incorporate the bigger MCU stuff without needing big MCU cameos.
And can I just say real quick, the best part about Thor 2 with that Loki scene isn't even the actual scene in the movie. It's Tom Hiddleston in the Captain America suit acting it out on set in the deleted videos. That is one of the funniest things I've ever seen from the MCU.
Toka had said they would love any timeline inconsistencies in the MCU explained.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Yeah, I think that'd be interesting.
I mean, it's all about time travel. They should kind of let us know like what's going on, what's allowed. Like Breck said, set the rules a little bit so that it's just not chaos everywhere and nobody knows what's going on.
I mean, it's Loki, so you have to have a little bit of chaos. I mean, it's the God of Mischief, but I do agree on that too.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be more him causing the chaos versus the rules being the chaos.
Yeah, probably.
Series is called Loki. We got to talk about the other people too. It's like a crazy supporting cast. We got Owen Wilson. We got Gugu Mbatha-Raw. What are you guys hoping for from Owen Wilson?
Everything. I mean, I love Owen. I mean, Owen Wilson in the MCU. I think the MCU does an incredible job of casting. Obviously, I think Owen Wilson might be the most like unexpected actor to join the MCU. You don't see Owen Wilson joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and he's been great in the trailer so far. And I can't wait to find out more about Mobius.
Hey, well, we got Luke Wilson and Stargirl, right? That was kind of unexpected too. His brother.
Yeah, right.
And then also Christian Bale. I never thought Christian Bale would be in the MCU, and that.
Me neither.
So.
Love and Thunder is gonna be nuts.
I think Owen Wilson will kind of be Owen Wilson.
I was gonna say, I think Richard's expectation is that he'll say "wow" at least once.
I was literally just gonna say, what's the over/under on him doing that?
You only mentioned it for like 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of like that Jeff Goldblum type actor, where he's just himself.
And the MCU's got Goldblum too.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing an interesting job. Like, even if you think about it, so they got Owen Wilson. They added Julia Louis-Dreyfus last series. They're adding a similar kind of comedic but recognizable faces to kind of grow the MCU even more. So we'll see what that means for the future.
Yeah. No, I don't know who they're gonna add for all these other series coming this year and next year, but I'm betting a bunch of A-listers are on their way.
There you go. Another thing I'm really hoping for from the series is I'm hoping that they raise the stakes and their consequences for things that happen. I really, because even Loki himself, like he's out of the timeline, so he doesn't even have to live. Like I really hope they take some chances with with characters, and I mean a lot of these characters aren't even really known, so you could really just do a lot of different things. They're not really, a lot of them are from the comics, but they're not fan favorites necessarily. So they have like leeway to go in a lot of different directions.
And it looks like we got the episode up. Literally no information at all. Episode 1. The thumbnail is the Disney Plus logo, and
Donnie says, for him at least, it's titled "Glorious Purpose."
Amazing. Could it have been titled anything else?
Maybe we just need to refresh or something.
Yeah,
Good tip. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Donnie.
It's interesting, Brax, you talked about stakes because, I mean, if they're staying with like the main continuity, he's already dead, and to me in prequels it's hard to like establish stakes because we already know the outcome of the character, and also they have a very built-in excuse here for it to be not heavy with the stakes with the whole time travel. Let me just go back in time and fix this, and so I mean
I will say the usual prequel stakes aren't necessarily the same here because we know he does die in the mainstream timeline, but he's pulled out of it at this point, so it's not even necessarily the same Loki. So he could die still.
Yeah, and thank you, Josh, for getting us the description. It says, after stealing the Tesseract in Avengers Endgame, Loki lands before the Time Variance Authority. Great job not giving away anything, Disney Plus.
All right, let's see. Gugu Mbatha-Raw. We know that she's playing a judge in the show. How do we think that the judges and the time travel and all that's going to play into the future of this series?
I'm really excited for the TVA just because it's exploring an entirely new area of the MCU that we haven't really seen. Like we got the hints of the time travel stuff in Endgame, but it wasn't at all connected to this unless obviously that changes in the series. So I'm excited for it on that level. And then her character is kind of connected to Kang the Conqueror, we're thinking, right?
Yeah,
in the comics, they're an item.
Yeah.
An item. And there's been long been rumors that we're going to get Kang the Conqueror, tease of Kang the Conqueror in this show at least. We all know that Jonathan Majors was cast as him. Do you think we'll get any hint of that this episode?
I doubt.
I don't know this episode. I could definitely see it as like maybe the big post-credit tease.
It would be a great hook if they kind of teased it in this episode and keep us stringing us along till the end, maybe for a possible.
He'll be this series Mephisto.
Come on. We're getting Mephisto.
Kidding. No way. I have given up expecting Mephisto until he actually shows up. And we were talking about this before the stream went live. Like it's gonna be Mephisto's gonna show up when nobody expects it. Like Caitlin said, he's gonna fight Sam or something.
Yes.
Hand-to-hand combat, right?
Right.
Sam's just gonna
let me be right on that.
Sam's gonna look up and he's gonna pull a total scene. He's like, "Oh, you gotta be shitting me."
He just leaves. He just nopes out of there.
Like, all right, I'm out.
So
like,
Caitlin
go ahead, Bucky.
Caitlin, you brought up an interesting point about this is an opportunity where they can kind of play around with different events that happen in the MCU. I mean, we kind of dismissed it, but it's possible that we can get a cameo. I mean, it could be Thor or Heimdall or Lady Sif. Do you think we'll get any of the Thor family in the series or in this episode at all?
I don't think we're gonna actually like fully get them. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw like clips because I think they're gonna go through Loki's past. I think what would be most interesting to me is if we saw Loki having to witness like what happened after the events of the Avengers. Like he saw his redemption.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Interesting.
Yeah, and like I think I heard a rumor that like that Lady Sif might show up in this Jamie Alexander, and we know she's gonna be in Thor 4, but I'm not expecting. I mean, definitely not this episode. I mean, unless it's a flashback, but I'm not expecting any of them to show up for probably a couple episodes at least.
She's just gonna show up and punch him.
That would be great.
And then like leave immediately.
What if
no
he's
lines, just bam.
What if he's just like
smack him in the
traveling
face
through time, and then we see a glimpse of Jane Foster's future Thor Lady Thor. That'd be crazy.
Ooh,
Okay,
now
that would
we're
be
talking.
insane.
Now we're talking. I mean, like,
I would love.
Go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say, kind of, I would love to see, like maybe the TVA seeing Steve returning all the Infinity Stones, because
Yeah.
I'm so curious how he returned Jane Foster's.
Right, and the Soul Stone.
He had to be so mad with that
He
one.
took a dip in that water and got it from the water.
No, that's one of my favorite memes of all time. Him returning the Soul Stone, and he sees Schmidt there. Steve, son of a bitch.
I think there's a lot of really cool possibilities with this. Like, I know we're always, especially after like the WandaVision reveals, we're always kind of having that temper our expectations feel a little bit, but
Oh yeah.
I feel like this is the series where they could really go crazy with it because
Yeah.
of the whole time travel aspect. So I don't know. I'm not expecting huge, but I'm curious if we're gonna get it.
Yeah, I do think if any of these series have a chance to like start affecting the MCU as a whole, I think this one could actually do it. Considering it's the TVA, it's this giant organization that's never been seen until now, and they deal with time travel and the multiverse. So, like, I'm not gonna expect it, but there's definitely a chance there could be some repercussions from this show.
It's true. I mean, like,
Yeah.
they really kind of stepped away from those bureaucratic agencies like SHIELD and that kind of stuff. So it would be interesting to see how they how it helps
Yeah.
the future. Yeah.
Well, we have Sword now.
Right. So we got,
But yeah,
Sword on Earth and the TVA in space.
Yeah, I would love to see, like, with the multiverse stuff, like, we know Spider-Man and Doctor Strange obviously are going to be dealing with multiverse stuff, so it'd be really interesting to see the TVA kind of pop up and just, especially Spider-Man, just be like, I have no idea what to do with this.
Owen Wilson popping up in Spider-Man would be great.
Right?
Yeah, I mean,
He's just so done.
He's just done with it.
it would be interesting to see where Owen Wilson pops up next, though. That's actually a good point.
Yeah, because like you can't think that they hire somebody like Owen Wilson and he's only going to be in one series.
I was gonna say, did they sign him for multiple appearances, or was it just? Do we
We
not
don't
know
know.
that yet?
I don't know if it's public knowledge, but I'm sure they had to sign him at least for an option.
I would think so. I mean, it's
Yeah.
I know he's not like top tier stuff, but this is Owen Wilson. I mean, he's pretty big. So
Yeah, I mean, they learned a lesson a long time ago about not tying up their talent when they at the beginning. So
yeah,
but it will be interesting. I mean, like I could see him in Ant-Man 3.
yeah,
Mhm.
that could be a possibility. That movie's definitely going to deal with time travel, multiverse stuff.
Right, and I mean,
And the
his
Kang connection.
sensibilities fit in.
Oh yeah,
Kang, right? Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, well, you
It is
guys
going to be
ready?
interesting. I was just going to say, it is going to be interesting if this ties, like, to Ant-Man 3, which is really far away,
Almost 2
and
years.
it doesn't
Yeah.
tie to anything else. Like, that'd be really kind of weird, but cool.
I mean, if not, it would have to be Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness, right?
That's my
I would
top
think so.
pick.
Yeah, unless it's
Yeah.
Thor. But I mean, also
Yeah.
there's been all those rumors for months and months that they're having a second season. So if they have a second season, that would actually probably tie more directly into another property too.
Right. And
Yeah.
I think Tom Hiddleston may have said today that he wasn't going to be in Thor. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know if I 100% believe him, but I mean, I'm not sure if he would just flat out lie like that.
Because there's so much room in
Marvel
Thor:
actor
Love and
flat
Thunder
out
for-
Happens
Yeah.
all the
and
time.
there's so much room in Thor: Love and Thunder for other actors to show up.
Well, yeah.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of actors in that, but he has to show up at least for a cameo or a flashback or something like that.
I can see flashbacks. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Or having it be maybe like a post-credit scene for this ties into it, where we almost see him looking at something off screen, and it turns out it's something from Thor: Love and Thunder.
That'd be cool. Yeah, and that one's only a year away, so.
Yeah, actually, anything Thor 4 would really get me hyped. I would
Oh,
be
yeah.
ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be tight.
Besides the biggest arms on any man ever.
I mean, because with WandaVision, everyone's expecting that tie-in, you know what I mean? And they obviously decided to go a different direction. So, I mean, it's about time they start doing that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the cool thing too, is like this is gonna be the last of these shows that comes out before the movies start coming out, so we'll really get to see how they actually interweave and interconnect with each other going forward.
Right, absolutely. You guys have any final thoughts before we dig in?
Let's
ready.
do this.
I'm excited.
All right, so let's cue it up. Let's get it
All
on
right.
the Disney logo.
51 minutes and 30 seconds.
Everybody watch along. Get it on the Disney logo. Get the timer going, and we'll do a countdown.
Alrighty.
All right. Everybody here ready? Got it up? Queued it up?
Yep.
We're good. Yep.
All right, so here we go. 3, 2, 1. Loki time.
Let's do this.
Wow,
Figures.
that totally threw me off that we didn't get the intro.
We already have the Avengers theme come on.
Right.
Caitlin, you ask and you receive.
How do you keep your food down? I forgot that's what he said.
They're such jerks.
I'm liking the deleted footage.
Oh, we saw Loki wave. It just wasn't a close up.
Right, fair point, yeah.
I love his facial reactions in this.
Oh my
He's the
god.
only one noticing.
And of course he's the only one that notices. Grab a quick slice.
Bam! How
Uh,
is Tony not like unconscious right now?
how are multiple bones not broken?
Yeah.
He wasn't wearing any kind of suit.
I mean, he had a helmet.
A helmet. Yeah.
I think I won't skip intro Disney Plus.
It's so
Yeah,
weird.
no.
It gives you that option to skip the credits too, and I'm like, who skips the credits on Marvel Disney Plus?
Seriously. If you've watched literally any Marvel project ever, you ain't skipping the credits. Ooh, nice.
I like this. I like the score.
The green
Yeah.
and yellow. Oof,
Dramatic.
that's solid.
Look at us getting all hyped over color
We
and
haven't, seen,
Marvel
we haven't
logos.
seen any footage yet.
Like, look at the color. Listen to the music.
we got a bead of water.
Come on, Richard, go full narrator.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. That was a one-time thing.
We'll see.
Mongolia.
Okay. Wasn't that where everybody was pretty much expecting it to be Gobi Desert?
Is there a bigger significance with Gobi Desert in the Marvel Universe?
Not that I know of. Okay.
Did he just shoot out the sky?
Anybody else getting major Iron Man vibes right now?
Yeah.
Definitely a callback. Definitely a callback.
Even with all the stuff around him. Also, like Caitlin and I were saying on It's All Connected, thank God Tom Hiddleston hasn't aged. Classic.
That was so hella. Remember
He
when she
can't
like does her
even-
whole speech, and then they go, "Whoever
Yeah.
you are, whoever I am,"
Did you listen to a word I said?
right?
That might be my favorite Hella moment. I think the scene was released,
Mhm.
yesterday, the day before that?
It might have been today.
Yeah.
You guys remember her from Batman vs Superman?
I don't
No.
remember anything about Batman
Wait,
versus
is she the one
Superman.
in the
Blocked it out.
trial? Is she the one in
She
the
was the one
trial?
testifying. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my God. Wow. I would not have guessed that.
Her voice sounds a little different. Or maybe I just don't remember.
He learned nothing from Avengers.
Well, this.
Zack Snyder would be
This is
proud.
the longest
Yes!
shot.
Zack Snyder would be proud.
He would. The sound.
That's so freaky.
Wow.
TVA must be pretty powerful, man.
Yeah.
Right? What I want to know is why. Yeah, like I think I said it earlier. Why they're choosing to show up now?
I mean, we haven't really dealt with a lot of time travel until Endgame, right?
Right.
Outside of Doctor Strange, not really. And even that wasn't really time travel.
No, it was more
just like,
multiverse manipulation.
yeah, like time stone stuff, but not really time travel.
Mm-hmm.
Variant Skrull.
Interesting.
Whoa. Okay.
Dude, you have a collar on.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Solid safety precautions.
Not good at this.
No. It sounds dumb.
Sounds dumb.
Wow. Wow.
It does sound dumb. Tesseract with no context.
Oh my god.
Is it time for the creepiest cartoon ever?
Hey. Okay, that's creepy.
Okay, this is creepy. It's like, Thor, don't cut my hair.
Holy.
He worked out just for this scene.
I say, Tom Hiddleston should not be that cut.
Kitty.
Of course there's a cat. Of course there's a cat in the Time Variance Authority.
Please.
What?
He added what?
What?
This is abs-
Oh, this is absurd.
Would
That's a
you
money.
read through all of that, or would you just sign it?
I'm surprised it's that small of a pile, considering he's what
He
How
talks
old-
a lot.
exactly, and how old is he? Like 1,000 years old or something, probably.
Oh, right.
Because Thor's 1,500, so.
That was very Monty Python, though.
Hmm Yeah, it was.
Right. Thank you
Can't
for
confirm
confirming.
anything.
He confirmed nothing.
Maybe robots can't question. I don't know.
Then how would they not know if they're a robot? There we go.
Wow, he's just done with his day.
This is like bureaucracy at its. This is like the DMV on steroids.
For real.
Seriously. I'm here for all of this. Whoa.
Your temporal aura.
Looks like a space Polaroid.
Space Polaroid.
Okay, what's this guy's deal?
I'm pretty sure he's not gonna last. He feels very red shirt.
Oh my god. This is the DMV times about 100.
Right? Can you imagine the DMV? Well, you'll melt if you lie. What?
Yeah, no thank you. Hate the DMV enough.
Oh look, it's the creepy cartoon, Miss Minute. Is it? Not cool.
Wow. That's messed up.
I already hate this thing.
Here comes the exposition.
Yep. My job to be the exposition for this series.
I feel like she's gonna pop out of the screen and murder you.
She could.
Hmm.
I love that they have a like kind of southern accent here for her to be like
Right.
comforting, I guess.
Seriously.
So they're really leaning into the timekeepers and all that kind of the weird cosmic shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Variants.
Wait, go back. Let's see the teacup head thing.
I was gonna say, was there a teacup head?
Yep.
Nexus.
Oh,
Well,
hey.
That's gonna be important.
It leads to madness. Oh, there's your Doctor Strange connection.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like Flintstones.
Right.
Totally Flintstones.
Or Schoolhouse Rock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love those things.
Did you notice the beaver walking with the crowd?
There was a beaver.
Mm-hmm. It looked like it.
Definitely have to go back and see that.
And a teacup head.
For all time. Always. All right.
The Time
Very
Variance Authority
cult-like.
Narrative Commission.
Bunkum.
No.
Bye, red shirt.
You called that one.
Well, he's dead.
Oh my god, where's my ticket? Where's my ticket?
He didn't
It's
get.
like, oh shit.
He didn't get killed, did he?
It's literally like evil DMV.
Wow.
This is cool.
Okay, that's a cool logo. Do you think this one will change like the way WandaVision's did?
I think 1,000%.
Yeah, I think it'll like feel more like the era. Like that felt kind of Flintstone-y because of the video. So I think if we're gonna show up in different time periods, it'll fit.
Wow.
Time cops. So
I wonder,
the
like,
ones in the helmets are like the uniform officer is Mobius, like the detective.
Yeah, like what kind of rank does he hold?
I think that's a good good way to describe it.
Jackass.
look
Oh,
out.
there's the devil.
That's not a
Oh,
devil.
stop with the devil.
That's not the devil. We all know who
Well-
that is. Come on.
I think the writer was asked specifically if it was Mephisto, and he said no.
Like, hell no.
No way.
I could be wrong.
That's cool.
He's messing with the timeline right now. Oh look,
Okay.
maybe it is Mephisto.
Until Mephisto shows up on screen and they say it's Mephisto, I ain't believing a word.
I don't know. I think he might have showed up on screen though. I don't know.
Why is that kid's teeth blue?
Yeah. What?
Gum? What the hell is that?
Bluey.
Blueberry, spelled weird.
Bluey. I think that is a Marvel thing. Marvel Comics thing.
Huh.
Mm.
What does that mean? The red line.
They create a new universe. It seemed like based on the creepy video.
Yeah, until they can't bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Do they have
That's
like a
what they're
mind
watching.
wiper for that kid?
Maybe that comes in the reset charge.
Yeah.
Loki.
That's
That's nice.
interesting. Yeah, because his dad was Laufey of like
Yeah.
the Frost Giants,
Uh-huh.
Jotunheim. So
Yeah.
interesting. I like it.
That's a great point.
That's an excellent point.
Yep, I agree.
That's
God
not why they
King.
traveled through time.
Nah.
That's a callback too.
Wow.
Huh.
There we go.
That's interesting.
Wow.
So does that mean what Steve did was supposed to happen?
I guess.
Apparently.
Boo.
She's done with him.
These
Oh my god.
timekeepers are for sure evil, right? You have a collar on.
Seriously, like we know he's powerful, but
What's going on?
wow.
Don't rush me. Performance problems.
Right?
Well, performance issues are not uncommon. 1 out of 5.
I don't know. I'm on
Mhm.
Loki's side here. This whole thing
I'm
is
a little bit
just
too.
annoying. It's giving me PTSD of DMV.
Mhm.
And
DTSD.
yes,
Nice.
like this is authoritarian.
Also, these timekeepers are like legit gonna be evil, right?
There's
They're
a good
way
chance.
too creepy a concept. He's so a detective.
Oh yeah.
That's a little creepy.
There's that Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like a detective or like the time variance FBI agent or something.
Wow, his nose is really broken.
Whoa. Yeah. Owen Wilson's?
Yeah. Is it usually?
Yeah, it is. But
Oh,
you know,
okay.
as you get older, you know, your nose keeps growing, right? So it might be more pronounced.
I probably haven't seen a lot of Owen Wilson movies.
It's been a while since I've seen one.
He could have fixed it by now. I think he likes it.
Like the Sylvester Stallone thing.
Whoa, that's sick.
Whoa.
That is sick.
Dude.
Now we're in the Jetsons. First we're in the Flintstones. Hour and a
Flintstones means the Jetsons, all right. Holy crap. Damn.
That's dope. Wow. I want to see a movie of that.
Right? Give me a Time Variance Authority movie.
All right. Nightmare Department.
Nightmare Department.
What do you think that means? Like Nightmare the character?
Oh my god. Agent. Okay.
Didn't you have an entire like pile of papers that
Right.
said you do? I like how confused he is. Loki's never confused.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Loki's always ahead of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Space lizards. Wow.
All I want to know is who has more clout, the timekeepers or the watchers?
That's a great question.
Ooh. Do you think they work together?
Yeah, I can't wait for What If to find out.
Slap it on his t-shirt. Because they're a secret organization, Loki. Come on. Oh, this is interesting. This is bringing up the whole philosophical question of free will.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We got to get into that with time travel, right?
Predestined.
Predetermined
destiny, yeah, or
I didn't think about it, but Loki's totally the show that would get philosophical.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check on the nose thing for him. That it seems a little weird.
Don't be mean.
Wow.
Man,
Rude.
I'm not liking how they're nerfing Loki here.
Take over the world.
Murder everyone.
As God.
Oh, I like this. This is gonna be why you question stuff.
Mm.
Can you imagine trying to actually like explain your evil plot to someone that's gonna just be a bureaucrat about it?
Right. Wow. 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 He. Wow. Is he like getting through to him? He's still in Avengers mode.
Yep. And his daddy issues are like bigger than the room.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he has like every hand right now, Mobius.
Hmm. He knows everything about Loki. Loki doesn't know everything about himself.
And he knows nothing about the TVA.
Hmm.
Okay.
There's that green and yellow motif.
Yeah.
Ooh, is he gonna see the future?
Good question.
He's gonna show him on the ground.
Oh my god, dead.
Oh, that drink now.
He's gonna show him get smashed by the Hulk. He has to.
Wow.
Ooh. It's in your nature.
Wow.
Oh my god, are we gonna see that he's alive?
Oh my god.
No, they're just confirming he's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. wasn't in the timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Of what?
Of eyeballs. Wow.
Oh, people
Yeah,
forget
he's
about that
Not
uncomfortable.
scene.
here.
Yeah, he's uncomfortable for sure.
Oh my god, we're getting
Oh my
Loki
god.
DB Cooper right now.
Wow. Wow. Oh. So this is in his past. Wow.
I mean, this is the one you can play with because DB Cooper's never actually been identified.
Yeah. He's like
He's
one of the
such a
huge
dick.
mysteries of history.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. If they actually make Loki the real DB Cooper, damn. All right. Okay.
Wait, what?
So
Does that mean Thor's involved?
that was in the trailer.
Yeah, but he said, brother, Heimdall, you better
Well-
be right. So I'm assuming, like, Heimdall's gonna grab him, but does this mean Thor knows he's, like, just stealing money for some reason? There we go.
Wow. Okay.
He's not getting this.
No.
Where are you?
Were you though? It won't be as meaningful.
Will you?
Wow.
It's another therapy session.
It is. But Mobius is a better therapist than Bucky's.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously.
Facts.
Right? We are.
Loki makes a lot of good points.
Okay.
Oh, this scene.
Wow.
There we go. Some of that old Loki.
Yeah. Classic villain Loki.
It's so funny. That's probably more accurate a description about him to the Avengers.
Yeah. Whoa.
Here
Shows
we
him
go.
his future. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, is he gonna see his mom die and stuff? That's so mean.
That would be messed up. Huh. Whoa.
It's funny that he looks younger in the future.
Like I said, doesn't age. What is he, like 40 something in real life? Oh no.
That's interesting.
Whoa. We see it.
He didn't know that before.
He didn't know.
He never knew it was like fully his fault.
Oh yeah, not even when it actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
This is mean.
Talk about scaring him straight.
It's not even scaring him. That's cruel.
Yeah.
You didn't need to show him that one.
Oof.
Whoa. Wow.
Not in the end.
Yeah, he turns.
He's an anti-hero at the end. He helps save the Asgardians.
And save his brother for the moment.
He sacrificed himself to save Thor.
Yeah.
Mobius is mean.
Wow.
Purgatory.
I like the old timey tie too.
Like he could go anywhere.
I know, right?
Oh yeah, exactly. With the collar on and everything. Hmm. Did he steal the device?
Oh my god, if Mobius left it, that's gonna be hilarious.
Oh my
Or
god.
did he pickpocket him or somehow?
Oh, when he knocked against him.
Oh, when he lifted him. He picked him off the
Mischievous
ground.
scamp.
God of
Yeah.
Mischief, dude. Get it together.
I thought you said you knew him.
Right?
Right?
Can you imagine if Loki went back and saved his mom?
Oh my god. Wow.
Prune.
Maybe what they did to that other guy.
Ew.
like just wiped him out of existence. Wow.
Oh my god.
Ow.
Yo, he is overacting.
Casey.
Yeah.
What's a
It is.
fish? Oh my.
Does this mean they're created to be TVA agents?
Right? Like, just do they get created
He
like
doesn't
this?
know what a fish is.
He put a Tesseract in a freaking drawer.
Oh god.
What the?
What the?
That's like
That's a lot of Infinity Stones.
that's like 20 stones.
Oh, from different timelines. It's crazy.
I guess Infinity Stones are popular, and that's like 20
That's a
stones.
soul stone.
Green
Someone
is,
lost the soul
time.
stone.
Green is time, right?
Green's time. I couldn't tell. The one looked bigger. Maybe that was the Mind Stone.
I think that's the soul stone, isn't it?
The yellow is, that's the soul.
Yellow's orange is soul. Mind is yellow.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and rewatch it and see what colors they were.
I think the soul stone was the biggest.
Is this what? Wow.
Oh my god, it kind of is.
Right? Huh.
Nice.
That's so messed up.
Is it just me, or did it kind of look like she was gonna hit him on purpose for a second?
She was about to, for sure.
What are you doing? Oh, now he's interested. Now he doesn't care.
Does he?
He had like 20 Infinity Stones. Wouldn't you be curious?
Right? Wait, does he go more?
I would 100% fast forward through my life and immediately regret it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing it.
Aww. Oh, what if he gets to finally see his mom's funeral since he didn't get to go?
Wow. Oh my god. Wow.
Oh. This is how they cheat the
Character development.
character development, yeah.
Oh my-
Mm.
He
Ooh.
sees how he dies.
Ooh. He's gonna see his
God.
own death, dude.
That's dark.
Fucking brutal.
He works for Thanos at this point. He knows.
Yeah.
Oh, right, right.
Jeez. That music. Oof. Oof.
Ooh. You heard that.
Cool, that noise is gonna be in my head forever.
I thought I'd forgotten about it after Infinity War.
Say he ran out on his life. Oh.
Yeah, that's not an evil laugh. That's
not good.
That's a going psycho laugh.
Yeah.
Like I said, immediately regret it.
Oh yeah.
He's laughing at his own freaking destiny or his
Path.
Dude.
We all know Loki can't throw fists. Come on. Uh-oh.
Oh crap.
Ooh. Nice.
bye.
Where did she
Okay.
go?
Yeah, when Mobius did it to Loki, he wasn't gone that long.
Well, he used it to pop into another hallway, so
He's learning how
God.
to use the device.
he's just playing with it.
Okay, that's messed up.
How have they not located him yet? Like it's just chilling in that room forever.
I'd do this. I would do this too.
Wow. Wow.
Oh my god, that's amazing. No.
I wouldn't be telling her that. Wow.
Casey's ridiculous.
Yes, he is. Wow. Is that his own melt stick? Why are you handing me the melt stick?
Interrupting me is not a capital offense.
Wow. Well, he has to.
Not a very good magician, then. Hmm.
Wow. I'm saying something.
Hmm.
Better.
A different. What?
What now?
Sorry, what? Say what now? Oklahoma.
How many variants does he have of himself?
1858.
Let's be real, it's
I would
Loki, so.
I would guess 5 since we got 6 episodes.
One for each episode.
Right?
Jesus.
Oh my god. What's that?
This is why everyone is so like, let's just kill him and get it over with.
Yeah, I get that now.
Third millennium. Y'all are gonna die.
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka?
Yeah. Richard, she's wearing like a robe like that in Mandalorian season 2.
Ah.
Dang, Loki.
Whoa.
I think this variant enjoys hurting people.
Yeah. Probably.
Really?
Wow.
That was a solid episode.
Yeah, that was a really good one.
Good start. Good start.
Yeah.
I'd say probably my favorite like first episode so far of any of these series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I know I've only got 3, but this was really good. Yeah. I don't even know if I told you guys, Michael Waldron followed me on Twitter today.
Wow.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
Okay, I'll ask. Who's that?
The writer of the show, buddy.
Executive
dang.
producer / head writer.
Nice.
I just remembered when I saw his name pop up. Anything you guys have seen in the...
I'm looking very intently.
Yeah. Tidy timeline.
They sure do put a lot of work into their ending credits for the show.
Yeah, they do. Whoa, that's cool.
Ooh.
So you're a variant.
Is that a
Tara
pamphlet?
Strong. So Tara Strong's in this minutes. Okay.
It said Odin's son on the file, not Laoki's son.
On his sheet? Huh.
Yeah. On his picture.
Huh. Wow.
All right.
A great episode.
Loki episode number 1 has been completed.
Oh yeah.
What'd you guys think?
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I liked the way that they made Thor Dark World, Ragnarok, all of that. It came into relevance right away in a way that was really interesting because it was the emotional aspect of it that was relevant more so than the story itself.
Yeah, I like this episode a lot. I mean, I was a little worried in the beginning just because I felt like it was going to go straight comedy because Loki was like making a lot of jokes in the beginning and they were kind of like making a fool out of him. I was like, is he going to be a clown? Is he going to be a clown in the show? But they really turned it around in the second part of that episode where things got deep, things got more serious, and I love that whole freaking him seeing the events of his life play out. Super cool.
Yeah, I mean this is really like an exposition episode, but it really like set the stakes in the ground for the rest of the series. So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder how other people like the general public's gonna react just to the lack of action.
Yeah, there was maybe like 5 minutes of action in that episode or something, barely.
Yeah, I mean, barely. It was mostly the comedic action too.
Yeah.
Look,
the
sat
slow
through-
motion mouth thing was like one of the greatest scenes I've ever seen. That was amazing.
So they sat through WandaVision episode 1, so in terms of action,
Right, that's
they're
true.
fine.
Right, right.
They're fine.
Actually, they sat
True.
through the first 3 episodes of WandaVision
Right.
without any of that.
Tokuk had said this episode was just sad. Like, Loki, you're a small little tiny man whose story isn't even your own, but you could have your own story. I mean, again, we were talking about a little bit while the episode was going. It has that whole question of free will, and it was this realization for him when he was talking about how others are footnotes to him. In reality, he's kind of a footnote for the Avengers.
Yeah, I think this series could be a big chance for him to change that.
It's gonna be a redemption story. This whole
Yeah.
thing.
I'm hoping it still. I mean, I think it'll still keep with the anti-hero. I don't really want Loki to ever be full hero because you lose that mischief aspect then.
Yeah, but I think we'll definitely lean more toward anti-hero than like. I mean, I think we're already seeing that rather than pure villain like he was at the end of the Avengers.
Yeah, I mean, just setting him up to hunt other Lokis who are probably worse off than him, kind of puts him in an interesting position.
Now I'll say this, I just real quick. I know they did the same thing with the Vision versus Vision thing in WandaVision, but I'm liking the way they're actually setting this up this time around.
Yeah, we're gonna potentially see some really cool versions of Loki, like really just different variants of Loki, and I'm interested to see like the first one. He's in a dark cloak. He's lighting people on fire. Very ominous. Like I want to see that Loki.
Yeah, I mean, and also just in general, it's really like it's introducing a whole new concept that's a big concept in the Marvel comics, and things like like Secret Wars and other things with just there's multiple versions of the same person.
Yeah, and like we know we're probably getting like Lady Loki at some point. That's been teased. Our little image behind us right there of President Loki. We don't know if that's the same one or a different variant, but yeah, Tom Hiddleston's got his work cut out for him, and he is going to kill it.
There's Kid Loki from the comics too. I mean,
right,
a lot of different ways they can go.
There was a drawer full of Infinity Stones. Like
that's
what?
Shit.
So that's a good point. The fact that the Infinity Stones are useless in the TVA made me think, who created the TVA? Like, is it
right?
Who's more powerful than the Infinity Stones?
They called it the Infinity Stones the 6 most powerful things in the universe, and then there's the TVA.
Who used them as paperweights?
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yeah.
Like so who created I mean, other than the 3 lizards, it has to be something like, a little bit more concrete.
Right now, it's just the 3 lizards.
Yeah.
Do you think we're actually going to see them in the show?
If Loki meets them, he has to call them that. Like, hello, lizards.
Do you think it's going to be a Wizard of Oz type deal where, like, look behind the curtain, it's not actually the wizard?
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. I could see that.
That would
They're
be a
setting
good
it
way
up
of handling
too
it.
big.
Right. No, it's actually a good point.
That's a really good
also
point.
Interesting. It's also interesting the Miss Minutes, I don't want to call it a commercial, but instructional video or whatever. They really explained the multiverse really well, and then really set up the multiverse of madness.
Yeah. I did not expect them to go like that deep into multiverse of madness that quick. That was like 10 minutes into the episode.
They dropped the word madness. They dropped the word. Like, there's a bunch of stuff. They showed a bunch of the different timelines battling against each other. Like, they explained it for sure.
Yeah. Well, here, probably Josh or Shay in the comments. Do you think the Infinity Stones are specific to their timelines, or do they work the same regardless of their dimension that they're in?
Do we want to see a timeline that has 20 Infinity Stones?
Oof.
I bet you that they work regardless. I just don't think they work in the TVA.
Yeah, I'd assume they're the same thing. And you know what? I want to go back and see. I want to see like what the ratio is to most of those stones. I say we saw a few time stones. We saw a few space stones. There was the one big one that we were saying that we couldn't quite tell if it was the Mind Stone or the Soul Stone. But
so are they just going out and collecting these stones and then just like taking it back as the time variance authority? Do they just like take them out of the realities because they deem them too, I don't know,
dangerous?
Powerful? Yeah, dangerous.
Well, I mean, they said that what the Avengers did was meant to happen. So I'm guessing that the stones were taken by people that weren't supposed to have them in the different like branches, right?
Right. Yeah. And
go ahead.
I was thinking too, because the Ancient One explained to Bruce about all the potential ramifications of doing that with the other alternate timelines and everything. Like, I wonder how many of those Infinity Stones could be actually the result of maybe what the Avengers did. I mean, even though they said it was supposed to happen, but possibility.
Yeah, I mean, my just gut feeling is that there are other time bandits that are kind of going around, whether it's Kang that they've encountered and other people.
Got a lot to think about.
Yeah.
And how does the Tesseract get back into the timeline? Because that's the other piece of it. Like, if they pull, like, Loki, for example, he took the Tesseract when he wasn't supposed to and left, but they didn't put the Tesseract back.
Yeah, they haven't reset it yet.
I assumed they would.
Or maybe that's
so.
the way. I guess that's not the way it's supposed to happen.
They got to really get into like what's supposed to happen and what's not supposed to happen and how that all works out.
Yeah, because how do they reset it otherwise? Because he was supposed to go up to Asgard with the Tesseract and Thor. So if that didn't happen, didn't the TVA just mess up the timeline?
Exactly. I mean, there's a lot of variables.
My brain hurts.
Right.
So otherwise, they created. Otherwise, they let a branch get created, which is kind of what they're not supposed to do.
That's the exact opposite of what they're supposed to do.
Right.
Huh. Do you guys have any idea what the budget is for the show? I know like Falcon and Winter Soldier was 150 million.
I'd assume close because I mean the effects and everything looked really good. I'm gonna do a quick Google.
Yeah. But at the same time, there was a lot of just static locations where they're just kind of just sitting at the table, and so it's probably going to get wilder and wilder and wilder and wilder.
Yeah, I was going to say it is a time travel show, so they'll be going into different periods, so they might have been saving the money on the first one.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I got nothing on the budget front. I got a Screen Rant article from like 2.5 years ago. Disney Marvel Plus shows may have $100 million budget each. I guess this one's probably close to Falcon Winter Soldier with all the special effects that they got to do.
Sure.
Yeah, because wasn't WandaVision's like 200 something?
Oh, was it that much?
Maybe.
Who knows?
I was just gonna say bye, Donnie.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Thanks for joining us.
And Josh just got us the images with the stones. Okay, so we're looking right now. Got two big ones. Looks more yellowish than, because the Mind Stone was the biggest one because that was the last one Thanos put in. We got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's a lot of reds.
6.
It wasn't that big though.
6 reality stones, 4 time stones. Looks like a couple space stones and a couple of power stones.
That's a lot of action. I mean,
that's a lot.
Right? I mean, that's what 1, 2.
I mean, that's multiple realities. They're gonna have a full drawer worth.
That's almost 20 stones. Yeah.
So it would be cool to see one day, like someone try to do a heist of the TVA.
Oh my God, that could have some major ramifications.
Do you think that's what one of the Loki variants might be trying to do? Is they're taking out as many of the agents as they can to pull them out so that they can then go steal all the stones?
That could very well be a possibility.
Yeah, that's a possibility. I got a general question that I don't know if you guys have the answers to. Why doesn't Loki look like a frost giant?
Yeah, it's weird because he did when he went towards one of the treasures in the Asgardian room in the first movie, but it's never really explained why he doesn't otherwise. I just assume it's because he didn't grow up on Jotunheim.
Yeah, like I actually just watched the first movie today, the first Thor, and I was actually thinking about that while I was watching it. I don't know, because like when Odin picked him up from Jotunheim, he kind of just started turning human or Asgard color, like while Odin was holding him, and then he only turned blue when he was holding the Jotunheim artifact.
What if it's like a reptile thing? Like, you know how reptiles are cold-blooded? What if it's something similar?
Like it affects his bloodstream, maybe?
Yeah, because if you're like, you know how your lips turn blue when you get really cold? Maybe it's that when they're like on Jotunheim or near something that has that like really cold aspect to it, that's when they turn blue. Because do we really see the frost giants? Like, we see them in Asgard, but they also grew up on Jotunheim.
Right, yeah. And then Loki turned blue, of course, when the frost giant was grabbing onto his arm, and that's where he first realized it. So
The Illuminerdi in the chat says, I mean, he's a shapeshifter, and that's assuming that it's just his personal preference. But is really going to, use that
He
amount of
wasn't
energy
aware of it, though.
24/7 to?
And he
Yeah,
wasn't
not-
aware that he was a frost giant at first. If he was
right.
unaware of it, how could he be shapeshifting?
Yeah.
right. Yeah, because I think they said Frigga taught him everything that he knew, but he
And-
didn't.
Well, I was just gonna say, Glenn Grant makes a really good point. If it's shapeshifting, then it wouldn't work at the TVA.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Powers. Nope.
So he would, if he was like naturally blue like that, wouldn't it come through?
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good point, actually.
Good call, Glenn. Good call.
Good one.
You got some smart people here.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a big film guy, and I recently Kevin Feige and the director talked about the influences of Seven on the show, and I could kind of see a little bit of it, but really, kind of like what I brought up while we're watching it was not just Monty Python, but Terry Gilliam, the director who did like Time Bandits and Adventures of Baron Munchausen, and it really feels like they're pulling a lot from that kind of like area of film. With this is kind of just the surreal and the absurd and all of that's kind of combined into this one kind of like dramatic comedy kind of feel. So it's really interesting how they set the tone for the show.
Well, also Michael Waldron's one of the head writers on Rick and Morty, so that definitely could play in a little bit.
Right, no doubt.
Do you think we're gonna get Gwyneth Paltrow's head in a box again?
Shoot, what's in the box?
I would very much hope not.
Loki's just like, I don't care about this.
All right, so
No.
let me get your theories. They said there's a nightmare department.
Oh,
It was. They didn't have to say that. They didn't have to throw that out there. What do you think we're going to see a little bit of what this is in the show, or is it just something set up for future?
I mean, it's so interesting that they said it, because it doesn't make sense to me if it's not connected to the character, because it's not like time travel. Like, is time travel connected to dreaming then? That just makes it's a weird connection. So it feels like it has to be set up for the character, right?
right.
I would think so too. I mean, if they said it in a way, I mean, it was cheeky, a nod to the audience, like, hey, like this is coming. It kind of felt that way for sure. If it's not the character, yeah, I don't really see. It's just, I guess, a place where they, I don't know, trap nightmares.
Yeah, I mean, if not, they have to explore it more, because it's just really bad screenwriting if they don't. Like in the first episode, to throw something out like that. Like, I mean, not that that hasn't happened before in Marvel shows recently, but
I mean, you think they would have learned from that? Like, if I was them and it was just a throwaway, I probably would have not included it after the WandaVision meltdown.
Right. But also, the show's been in development. Well, actually, no, they started filming like during all the pandemic stuff, right? Because wasn't filming delayed, right?
They stopped during the pandemic and started back up.
Yeah. Well, actually, I thought that was the case for Falcon Winter Soldier and WandaVision. I'm not sure this one had even started yet, or maybe like I think they were super early in it.
Yeah, they started, but it was it was really early.
Yeah.
I feel like if it's set up, then it's set up for down the line. I don't know that they would necessarily bring that in here, but I definitely could see it, especially if TVA is going to be a player in the MCU long term. Then I could see it be set up for a later show or movie.
Yeah. No. Josh said it almost felt like it could have been a joke, like how he said Loki could start with his desk. Yeah. I have a feeling that Tom Hiddleston and Owen Wilson are going to be a pretty fun duo.
No doubt. Glenn Grant, it says, anyone saw Mephisto in the flashback scene?
You mean at the church?
Right.
No.
Oh, man.
So,
I saw
come on.
a
That has to be
general
Mephisto.
devil, but
That has to be Mephisto.
Stop,
Yeah.
Prax.
It has
You know
to
what's
be, right?
interesting?
I am not going full WandaVision. I'm not
what's
doing it.
interesting? Is that the Loki variant? Like, if it is, why do they look devilish? Because the assumption is it's got to be a Loki variant that they're chasing, since that's the case he's on. So why did the kid point to the devil?
With the horns.
Right.
Maybe
Oh
kid,
yeah, the
God.
horns.
yeah,
God
the kid
damn
just
it.
assumes that it's the devil just because that's a kid, right? But it
Did,
was
like-
really Loki with the horns.
Did- Variant Loki wearing horns give the kid bubblegum? Like,
Right. Yeah. Well, I want to know how many of the Loki variants like do the horn thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Not
I mean,
the
I
one
assume
that-
all of them,
not
but-
the one, not the one in the cloak, right?
not the one that barbecued all those people.
No, at least not yet.
True.
But yeah,
Okay, so what are we expecting is going to happen next? Got episode 2 coming up. Where do you think this is going?
I think Loki will reluctantly agree to help find the other
yes.
Loki. And I'm curious if they're only searching for one Loki variant.
That'll be interesting. Yeah, like is it the one big one, or do they turn out to be looking for a lot more than just that?
What if it's a team?
Whole team of Lokis. Whew.
Yeah.
Wow.
well, he's
And
gonna be
what-
he's gonna be traveling to different, not universe but timelines. So I'm assuming each variant has its own timeline. So I don't know if they'll have like multiple Lokis on one.
Right.
But what's the end game for Loki for chasing down the other variants? Because I feel like it's heading in a direction where it's going. I'm going to chase them down. Then he's going to meet the one he likes. And he's like, okay, let's get together and finish the job, whatever you're doing. You know?
So you don't think this is like a straight redemption? Like he's just gonna go knock each one
Well-
out and
I don't
Well, I
want
mean,
a show about a God of Mischief who has a straight redemption arc. That sounds very boring.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, it's set up that way, but it's just there has to be a twist. There has to be like, I mean, and more to the point, like really, what's his motivation? I mean, he saw himself die, and
Right.
and he's, you know what I mean? But like, would that really say, okay, I'm gonna go work with you guys now?
Yeah, like wouldn't you think that because the other piece of it is he not only saw himself die, he saw his parents die, he saw himself actually like reforge his relationship with Thor. So if I were him, I would want to duck out and kind of reap the benefits of that and go back to having actual relationships with my family maybe, because he kind of like when he found out that Odin lied, he wrecked all of his relationships with his family and he never really got a chance to change that except for with Thor, and then he really quickly died.
Yeah, he
And
died like what 10 minutes after like totally redeeming himself with Thor in that last scene.
Yeah.
I mean, do we see Loki being put back into the MCU at the end of the series, or are we he's always just gonna be on this parallel timeline? Because I mean, we saw what happened with Steve Rogers. And we saw how complicated that got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
guys
that
think?
there's the option to drop him back in later, because if we drop him in later and it becomes well, how is that possible? You kind of have the cheat of TVA. Whereas with Steve, we didn't have that existing at all. It was just he cheated the timelines and it worked out and wasn't
His
really
favor,
explained
yeah.
in a way that was great. So here we could have Loki pop up again
it would
and
have
kind
to
of,
be
I think, get away with it more.
right. It would have to, if you were to pop back into the main timeline, it would have to be post his he can't come back before his mother dies, right? Because
Right.
it would ruin too much.
Yeah.
But he could still come back in the main timeline and interact with Thor, because
Yeah.
Thor is still there, and maybe improve on that relationship with his brother. But yeah, maybe that's the end goal of this. We pop this new Loki into the main timeline.
Yeah, like
I
a
would love
reformed,
to see
redeemed
him-
Loki, sort of.
I would love to see him interact with Doctor Strange, because his last interaction with Doctor Strange was him dropping him through nothingness for half an hour.
I
I
have been
felt-
falling
I
for
almost
30
felt,
minutes.
I almost felt like that was a callback when he was messing with the guard and he kept going over and over and over. I felt like that was a
Oh,
callback.
that could totally. Well, actually, no, that Loki wouldn't have done it yet. But yeah, it
It's a
could
callback
be
to
in
it.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And I would love to see Doctor Strange, like the TVA shows up and Doctor Strange 2 and Loki's there, and he's just like,
Oh, you gotta be
No.
kidding me.
That was the one good thing Thanos did.
So we got a lot of Avengers tie-ins. What did you guys think of that? Do you think they handled it right? Do you think that I mean, they're all flashbacks.
I honestly, the flashback scenes where he's looking through the rest of his life after the Avengers, I honestly love that. Like
That I really liked.
yeah, that actually felt more emotional watching those moments now than they did like when they first popped up in the movies. Because like you see Loki reacting to it, and it really hits him. Like I know he's got that laugh at the end, but you could tell that really struck a chord with him.
Well, especially because the reactions you see in Loki from the movie, and even he's seen himself, it's always surprise. Whereas here, it was the emotional gut punch of, maybe I was wrong.
Yeah.
His whole life was a lie, and he saw it. Like I think he muttered "glorious purpose" because that's what he had lived for up to that point. That's what he thought his whole life purpose was, to rule Midgard and all this stuff. And then he just, there it is, right in front of your face. There's your ending, glorious purpose.
So did he get a new glorious purpose by getting this new task to hunt himself down?
I don't know what it is, but he very well could have.
And not tuned.
I mean, you want to say that it's going to be a redemption arc, but then, like Caitlin said, that would be kind of boring because what makes Loki is that he's God of Mischief, and you can't really take that part away from him. So
I don't want to watch a show that's Loki just being a cop. That sounds not good. Like, like I don't want to watch the procedural with Loki just like playing cop. I want to see like Loki messing with.
Well, speaking of cops and cops and
I think the part of the Avengers. Yeah, I was just gonna say I think the part about the Avengers that was maybe his favorite. I think TC would probably. Well, the Avengers are fine because they were supposed to do that. So that felt like such a cop out. Like the explanation for all the shenanigans in Endgame is, well, yeah, that was supposed to happen. Well, really? Because a lot of stuff went wrong. So I don't know. That was just that felt like an easy out to me.
Yeah, I guess a little bit.
Yeah,
I just
they didn't expand on the time travel rules like we were hoping.
Yeah,
there's still a lot of time to go. What about Mobius? He's a detective. He's there for comedic and comic relief, but he has to have his own storyline and motivations himself. Where do you think his character is going? Is he just going to be cracking jokes the whole time, or?
I'm sorry, I just saw the chat of it, so I was trying. Oh my gosh.
I need to check that if that's really true.
I think.
Oh my God! Is it really trending on Twitter?
What's to me of Mobius is he has a kind of like it has a lot of like wisdom. He has this feel of gravitas to him. So while he definitely has the comedic relief, I also feel like he's going to be a really interesting character to play off of Loki because this is the first time Loki hasn't had the upper hand as far as we can tell. And Mobius was a really big part of that because everyone else is just like, okay, great, erase him, we're good. Whereas Mobius sees the usefulness. Mobius recognizes that this is someone that is maybe worth keeping around for a while. And the way he kind of broke him down and made him really, like, I don't know if it's necessarily realized, but just like recognize in himself what he has been sort of pushing down and lying to himself about for his entire life. He fully admit that even at his best, he all of his actions were.
Yeah.
Mobius is he's the Bucky of Falcon and Winter Soldier. Bucky went to Zemo to help, use Zemo to like do their problems and then help them out, and that's what Mobius is doing with Loki. Pretty much the same thing. He's going to use Loki to take care of the problem.
Oh man, yeah, and like Mobius, I think gets Loki, I think, more than anybody in the history of the MCU so far. Like, this is the first time that we've seen Loki, like we were saying in the episode, not have the upper hand, not be, you know, a couple steps ahead of everybody, not know what he's up against and everything. And I loved seeing that dynamic from the character in that sense.
Also, I do like that as soon as he saw the stones and as soon as he saw that the Tesseract was kind of like worthless there or useless, he kind of he has that side where he's like intrigued. It feels like to me like he's intrigued about the whole thing. Like, how is this place this powerful, and how can I take advantage of this later on?
How can I use this to my advantage? Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Wow. I think it was a very interesting first episode. It really sets up an interesting journey, possibly, that we could be going on. But it still left us with a lot of things left over, it seems like. So, interesting to see, you know?
Yeah. We're for a wild ride.
So we're gonna get the villain of the week for the next couple episodes, right? He's gonna go.
Yes. I mean, get a villain of the week, but we still have to get surprises, like MCU style surprises, you know?
Yeah, I mean, all these Disney Plus episodes have ended with some kind of like cliffhanger, surprise, you know, mystery, whatever. So we got to get that for the next few.
And I mean, think of like the Wakandans, you know, coming into Falcon and Winter Soldier, something that's out of left field that you wouldn't expect it, but made total sense. I think that I'd hope that we get something similar in this show as well.
Pietro coming into WandaVision, stuff like that.
Right. You know, that was interesting at first.
Pietro, yeah, right.
Yeah.
It was a great start, horrible finish.
Would you guys say that this is your favorite first episode compared to the other two, or how would you rank them in terms of first episodes?
I'd say that, yeah. I think it's my favorite.
Yeah, I would go Loki, Falcon and Winter Soldier, WandaVision.
Yeah, and with WandaVision too, I think that's always going to be kind of in its own category, just because it started off with the whole sitcom thing, and I mean, obviously you got that thing at the end, and it's only 20 minutes long, basically. But yeah, so far this is the top one.
Yeah, that's pretty much my ranking, exact same as Brax.
Agreed.
Wow.
Yeah, I think this is the best of the first.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting on Disney Plus. I really like how each show is really different. It's delivering a little bit of different flavor for each character. Hope they're able to keep it up. Let's see what happens.
Well, we got What If, Miss Marvel, and Hawkeye for the rest of the year, and then all the craziness coming next year. I think we're in for a good run.
All right. Do we have anything else in the comments?
Let's take a little look-see. Here, Glenn Grant, you guys think people from the TVA also get blipped by the snap? Ooh, that's
interesting.
That's a good question. I would think no.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that magic doesn't work there, right?
Right. They're probably not in the same timeline, universe, whatever you want to call it.
Do we need that to be explained, like how they're so powerful, or do you think they can get away with just going through the series with them just being a magical organization?
I'd like it personally, but we'll see.
I don't see Mephisto trending on Twitter, by the way. Whoever said that in the chat. I do see Magneto trending, which is weird.
I saw it earlier on top of Magneto, but yeah.
All right, well, let's wrap this up for this week. We got a long road ahead of us, and I'm excited about it. You guys have any final thoughts?
Get me the next week, because I can't wait for more of this.
Right, good start. Great first episode. I love the ending, or seeing Loki. The one thing I feared was okay, we're getting a new Loki. Well, not new Loki, but you know what I mean. It's just a Loki that we haven't grown throughout the past couple movies, and they were able to get him up to speed real quick, by showing him his life. So I'm happy now that we're getting a Loki that's that knows what's going on moving forward.
I also appreciated the episode length. I feel like that length really gives it time to breathe. You can you don't have to rush through from beat to beat to beat. They had they were able to have long conversations. I really like that.
Yeah, me too, because it was 51 and a half minutes. And I think it was like, what, 46, 47 minutes of that was the episode?
Yeah, something like that.
And it didn't feel slow, you know? It didn't feel like... There were definitely times in Winter Soldier, a couple times where you're kind of like, okay, where am I in the episode? And I didn't really feel that here. I never really was checking how much time is left, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I just checked. There was about 45 and a half minutes of action before the credits.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, let's wrap it up for this week, guys. It was fun. We'll be here at 11:40 Tuesday night next week for episode number 2. I was almost at Friday. So hey, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.
Peace, guys.
Just another souvenir for the ride. That's the way it goes. Just take it, baby, just take it.